Christianity is the only religion I am aware of that accepts hypocrisy as a norm. So long as you believe, you don't necessarily need to live or act like Jesus. Within most Christian viewpoints, you can, in good conscience, safely live in opposition to many of his prescriptions, because Jesus will always forgive you. As a former Christian myself, I know as a matter of fact, from my own inside perspective and experiences, just how profoundly true this really is. Rarely had I ever met a fellow believer who lived according to the moral codes laid out by Jesus. In fact, now that I myself am no longer a Christian, I feel a much stronger conviction to straighten up my act and be more like Jesus. Now, isn't that ironic? I am not trying to give Christians a bad rap or make them out to be morally inferior. They certainly are not. But the truth is, within Christianity, you will find an abundance of liars, thieves, cheaters, folks who don't care about animals or the environment. You will find mean-spirited people, angry people, haters, and high levels of judgmentalism. You will also find partiers, drug addicts, alcoholics, criminals, and sexual perversion. And when asked about this, they will all reply with the same answer. Well, we are all human, but we are forgiven. That is the difference, they will say. We are saved, but you are lost. But this is what I find fascinating in comparing Christianity with other faiths. Other faiths do not adhere to a sacrifice for sins ritual or a scapegoat theology. Therefore, they will typically have a much stronger conviction to live according to their religious prescriptions and/or lifestyle changes. When observing a religion like Buddhism, the majority of practitioners are more convicted to act according to their beliefs, and rarely will you find such blatant hypocrisy. In fact, you will find them living up to their convictions 9 out of 10 times. We don't need an allowance for hypocrisy. We need conviction that doing the right thing and living the right way is critical, not only to the world around you, but your own personal growth, both physically and spiritually. Maintaining a belief that somebody else performed an ancient blood sacrifice ritual in order to erase your sin and excuse you from accountability obviously results in spiritual and moral laziness. I cannot imagine an all-knowing and all-wise God would ever endorse a get-out-of-jail-free card. Furthermore, 2 prominent religions in our world, Christianity and Islam, both result in an observable division among humanity, a separation of families, friends, and even nations. Neither willingly want to live with or tolerate the other. Within mainstream Christianity and Islam, there can be only 2 camps: those who are saved and those who are bound for hell. Imagine the psychology involved with loving or caring about somebody who you believe is going to hell. You will most likely need to readjust your belief system to be more loving and lenient, or separate yourself completely and write them off as an enemy in order to justify your God torturing them in hell. Only 2 religions in this world practice such a theology: Islam and Christianity. Judaism does not teach any such ideology, nor does it proselytize, as it makes no sense having to save people's souls by means of choosing the correct religion. But its two offspring, Christianity and Islam, do teach a doctrine of hell for any naysayers or non-believers. I'm not trying to stereotype here. Clearly, there are some outstanding, understanding, and compassionate Christians, just as there are atheists and folks of other faiths who question the doctrine of hell. My best friend is a perfect example of a wonderful and caring Christian who cares about me, regardless of what most believers would refer to as my blasphemous or even antichrist views. However, not all Christians are equal. Ultimately, a great many fall into the opposite ideology of divide and burn at the stake all heretics and naysayers. I received a death threat from one of these Christians who said he is surprised God allows me to live and that somebody should take me out. Many Christians and Muslims will feel this way and resent sharing a society with those of other beliefs and or atheists. These two religions, no doubt, are a great catalyst for global and family conflict. After analyzing Christianity from the outside of the box for many years now, I firmly believe these ancient blood sacrifice rituals have always been a cheat code. They have always been man's effort to duck accountability for their actions. I do not believe Jesus' blood sacrifice lends any support to a healthier spirit, mind, or society. Moral integrity will not increase by injecting Jesus into the population. And today, atheist-dominated societies are proving this to be profoundly true. We should be teaching and stressing accountability for our wrongs. Getting too high on forgiveness may not be the best theology for humanity. Instead, we should teach and believe that you will pay for all that you hurt or destroy. No more get out of jail free cards. Now that I feel accountable for all of my wrongs, I am much more careful and diligent about doing less harm to myself and others. I always like to say, my heart grew 10 times larger after leaving Christianity. One of my greatest regrets is that I didn't wake up sooner and do more to help others awaken. However, it's never too late to make a difference. If you would like to help me wake up the sleeping minds, please consider joining me on Patreon if you are watching this on YouTube at Patreon/Stairway to Reason. Or if you are on Facebook, click the support button right below. I work very hard and I need your help. Thank you, friends. Stay strong and wise.
I don't believe in masquerades. I don't believe that you're okay. I don't believe that God will save. Only you can solve your problems. I don't care what they sold.